But first, we need to tell you about a breaking situation happening in Boulder County. A man has been hurt after an apparent bear attack. We are waiting for more information here on the condition of that person at this hour, but the sheriff's office does say a helicopter flew him to the hospital. You're watching 9 News at 5. Thanks for being with us. I'm Phil Lipoff. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says it happened near Beaver Reservoir. The sheriff's office says there was no bear on scene when first responders got there. What we can tell you is bear sightings are much higher than usual this year. CPW says statewide they took almost 2,000 reports so far this year alone. That is a 50% increase, by the way, compared to last year. Some individual counties tell us year-over-year increase is even higher than that. Our crew is in Boulder County right now working to get more information on this. When they report it back, we'll bring it to you. Yeah, that is not a waterfall. That is a mudslide. One of our viewers out west sent us this video of a mudslide today. This is the same area of Garfield County where we've seen I-70 close a couple of times this week. There are concerns of more rain, more flooding in the coming days as well. Kathy, something like that does not surprise you with the weather we've had.
Oh, Phil, I mean, that is incredible video because that really brings home what the flash flood threat is when we issue a flash flood warning. It's either imminent or occurring. And you can see, even in a small area like that, the impacts would be huge. And so we're tracking those slow-moving storms over western Colorado, while here in Denver, we're dealing with an air quality alert, a hot, dry day with temperatures back in the 90s, and the wind is starting to pick up a bit ahead of a weather impact alert we'll issue for Saturday and Sunday for a heat advisory. Temperatures in the triple digits in Denver and record highs are possible. So for Saturday and Sunday, heat advisory means heat illness is something that we're worried about. So we want you to be aware, take extra precautions, limit your time outdoors, and make sure you, your kids, your pets, you've got hydration, and you're just aware of the heat. Outside, we're kind of looking at a beautiful afternoon. The air quality not great. Temperatures warmer today in the low to mid 90s, and will go even warmer tomorrow. The wind starting to increase a bit along the Front Range, and the humidity values are coming down. So these storms in western Colorado have wind and lightning, but also some torrential rain in some areas around Lake City, Telluride, up toward the Rifle and Meeker areas. We're tracking multiple flash flood warnings, and they're very isolated in nature, but these magenta polygons are areas where mudslides, debris flow, flooding, burn scar areas are of particular risk. And then we're waiting to see if we can get any of these showers off the foothills and into the Denver metro area. There's about a 20% chance of that happening. So coming up, we're going to check the radar and have that weekend forecast in detail.
Kathy, thank you. The Willow Fire near Leadville is now 55% contained. More than 500 firefighters are working desperately to try to contain that. Tonight, they're trying to hold the line and prevent the fire from getting any bigger. So far, firefighters have been able to protect buildings in that area. No structures have been destroyed, but the Leadville Race Series says because of the fire, it will change the race course for the remaining 4 races this season. An attorney for the woman taken into ICE custody at DIA has filed a petition in an attempt to get her released. An ICE spokesperson told us Chantel Morales Rojas overstayed her visa. Her lawyers say the Department of Homeland Security sought a warrant minutes after she passed through airport security. About an hour later, she was taken into custody, walked off a jetway, through a concourse, and into a truck on the airport tarmac. At last check, she was at the ICE detention facility in Aurora. Last night, 9 News spoke to Lauren Carr, whose family hosted Morales Rojas as part of an au pair program. They lived together for years as the Carr family raised its first child. They were all visiting Denver together before Morales Rojas was taken.
She models so many things that I want my children to see in this country. So the irony then of telling her she doesn't belong here is insane.
Lawyers for Morales Rojas say she has been in the country, quote, with the knowledge and blessing of the government. They write that ICE has not provided any basis for arrest or detention. We'll continue to follow this for you. A former MMA fighter turned anti-violence activist is headed to prison now. Today, he was sentenced to 51 years for murder. 9 News' Aaron Adelson was inside the courtroom where Lumumba Sayers was sentenced this afternoon, and he joins us now from Adams County with the judge's decision. Aaron.
Well, Phil, the judge said Sayers lacked accountability inside the courtroom here, and for a second-degree murder charge, he gave him 48 years, the maximum. Then he added more years for 2 other charges, totaling a sentence of 51 years. Lumumba Sayers worked to give back to the community, running an anti-violence nonprofit. But in August 2024, he took when he shot and killed 28-year-old Malcolm Watson at a child's birthday party. Sayers was accused of arriving at the party, walking up to Watson and shooting him in the head. Watson's family called it an execution. Sayers was accused of killing Watson in revenge. Sayers' son was killed about a year earlier, and Sayers believed Watson was close with the person who shot and killed his son. Sayers did not speak in court. He didn't even speak to say he wouldn't speak. He only nodded his head. He was repeatedly called a hypocrite, working to preach against violence and then committing murder. His lawyer said his community service was real, but that did not result in a more lenient sentence.
What he did with his life, it was not an act. That was not parading or pretending. Who he is vastly beyond this case.
It is my job to send a message to the community that this is not acceptable. It's my job to send a message to the community. If you do these things here, there will be a cost.
The mother of Watson's children spoke here in court. She said the kids don't want to celebrate birthdays anymore because they're scared someone else will die. They were there and witnessed their father's murder. Live in Adams County, Aaron Adelson, 9 News.
It's just an awful story all around, Aaron. I guess at least now there is a conclusion to it.
Yeah, there is, and there was quite a big effort to keep the family separate as they left. There were at least 6 deputies here outside, just making sure everyone left. So we did try to speak with family, but they were in a hurry to leave.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, Aaron, thank you. Meantime, a driver is facing charges after a deadly crash. This happened last night in Denver at Alameda and Fairmont, which is between Monaco and Havana. Denver police say this was a single car crash. 2 people were in the car. The passenger died. Their name not being released right now. The driver, 32-year-old named Andres Martinez, was taken into custody on suspicion of vehicular homicide. Today, Denver police said they arrested someone in connection to the Sunday morning homicide at 11th and Columbine. 2 people were shot. 1 of them died. Tonight, 29-year-old Jacob Anglin is in custody. He will likely face a murder charge now. Police say he knew the victims, but would not say anything about a motive. Fort Collins police say they found a body at retaining ponds this morning near Ziegler and Harmony Road. An investigation is underway. Fort Collins police do not release any additional information, did not release about this case, but they say there is no threat to the public. Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump will represent the family of Corey Ruiz, the man shot and killed in Madison, Wisconsin this past week. Video of the incident shows Ruiz armed with a knife struggling with officers. The officers attempt to use a taser. Then one abruptly pulls out a gun, firing 3 shots at close range. Ruiz died. This happened Wednesday, and in the days since, protesters have gathered near the scene as we wait to learn if the officers involved in this incident might face any charges.
Not just this group of people, that group of people, this organization or that business. It's all just one thing, that we all need to come together and we all need to do better and we all need to step up and make sure that something like this never happens again.
More protests are expected tonight. The city of Madison says it's closed some of the streets to car traffic because of the ongoing public gatherings. In Colorado Springs, a public comment session about a proposed data center lasted much longer than anyone anticipated. Hundreds of people gathered to speak up. Many of them opposed the project and its potential impact on the community.
It's being painted, this project as a benefit for our community is completely erroneous. It's not based in fact or science.
This isn't just about data centers. This is about the kids. This is about cops. This is about trails, open space, and parks. And this is about roads.
Colorado Springs Planning Commission signed off on the data center project last night. It is not a done deal, though. If enough residents appeal the decision, Colorado Springs City Council will have to weigh in.